Hey, my name's Late Game Reviewer, and welcome to my channel. It looks like indie developers report Steam refund abuse from PC gamers. So they're not really happy because of the refund system. Like, to them, they're abusing it. Personally, to me, they're not abusing it. They're using it correctly. Of course, there's always going to be that fucking idiot who's going to play the game for a couple of minutes or whatever, think it's really like a big pile of shit, and he's going to refund it. You're always going to have that guy. But then again, there's a system in place that's not supposed to be abused. So I guess that Steam is looking carefully at this, of course. Uh, my conclusion to all this, even before I go into the subject, is this. Thank God for the refund system. That should have been done like years ago. As soon as Steam was up, it should have been done that time. And I have to wonder why it wasn't. Perhaps they were thinking of a way, I guess. I don't know. It's really silly and stupid. But here's the thing. You can look at this graph and you can make it talk whatever you want. Ask a politician, like in the politics world, you can make numbers talk the way you want to. Those are professionals. I'm not saying that puppy games or Quibo are professionals, but just give numbers to professional financial advisor or whatever. He's going to make it look really sweet, even though it's a piece of shit. That's their freaking job. But here's the thing before I go into the subject again. Look at Puppy Game's blog, Because You're Worthless, the dark side of indie PR. There's a couple of other blogs here that is really interesting from Puppy Games. In other words, if you look at it, it looks like he shits on everyone. He got a lot of bullshit back, of course. I mean, you're shitting on your customers. And then he gets back, like the aftermath, and he explains everything. My apologies for that. Yeah, he apologizes for being a bitch. So, you get the point here. Puppy Games are struggling. What they do here is they take games, really old games, as in Atari kind of games. Those are good games. Like, these are really good games, but for the price that they're asking, I personally feel it's just not enough. Perhaps, and I did get it in Humble Bundle, so I didn't bitch about the price, but like paying $10 for a couple of those games, I would be really concerned. Like, dude, come on, you gotta offer more here a bit or something. It's something that you'll look into. It's, the only thing I'm gonna say regarding the refund is this. First of all, what they said here makes pretty much like it makes sense. If you're an indie developer, if you're charging like $2 or so or $5 and it takes a lot less time to complete the game, maybe it should be less than 2 hours. I guess that should be open up for debate. And then there should also be another thing. If you want a refund, like any other company that does that, in my case here in Quebec, that's what they do a lot, especially in the communications business. What they do is this: they want to know why you want a refund, and the customer service representative will not let you go until he's sure. Well, okay, you really don't want it. He's gonna do everything to keep you. Trust me, he will. That's his frickin' job. He's paid what, $10, $15, $20, well, usually $10 or $15 an hour to make sure that you stay in the company. And when you leave, it really looks bad on your case. So you really got to play with the emotion of the customer here. Unfortunately, that's how it works. So if you can find your weakness inside the talking of 10 minutes, you will do it. I know I did. That was my job at one point. Here's the thing. And that's what they should do with the refund system of Steam. Like, why do you want a refund? Simple text. A couple of questionnaires like, do you think the game is long enough? Do you think it's good enough? Simple stuff like that. They could ask the developers to know, like, if some of our customers wants like a refund, do you think it should be, like, can you give us questions as to why they want to quit? Why did they want a refund? Like, I don't know. It could be anything. Bad graphics, time to complete the game, too long. I don't know, anything. That should be up to the developers I would say, effort to do, like to give Steam the questionnaire. I personally believe that that should be their part, like to do, or perhaps Steam can like come in and just help them on that. But here's the thing. Another thing, I mean, I was working with that was a long time ago with some internet service providers, and in the communication businesses like the internet service providers, what's happening is this. Well, I worked in there for 4 years, so I really know. And from that company's point of view, I was like a super agent. I was doing tech support, one level, mind you. There's not like two, three levels of, well, listen, I've done everything you can, so I'm going to bring you to my second level tech. No. At our place where I worked, I did everything. I even did things that I was not supposed to do, as in helping the customers configuration of the router if I had enough time to do it. In my time, that was like 15 minutes max each call, because there's a huge number of stats in your day that you have to look at, like the time that you spend per customer, the amount of cash that you bring in from customer. Even if you're in tech support, you sell. That's the worst thing that I hated about the job. And at one point when a customer called me, some of them called me to cancel their accounts. At that point, I had a procedure. There's like a small list of there's a small list of procedures to follow, and what I had to do is, well, the basic idea was, does he want to quit? Is it something that I can fix? Like, does the internet work? Is it slow? He could quit because of a simple, stupid reason. The modem is off and he thinks, or the router is off and he thinks the internet doesn't work, and he's really fed up with it because his wife bitched at him. He goes to work and his boss bitches at him. He comes back at home just to play some games or go on the internet just to cool off a bit. But no, the internet just doesn't work. So he calls me, bitches me for 30 minutes that he just wants to like rip my head off because he doesn't get the satisfaction of the internet service that I provide him, not the company. I provide him because his internet doesn't work. Yeah, I get a lot of those customers. I had a lot of those customers. So a couple of questions was like, okay, why do you want to quit? Like, why do you want to go away? What's the reason? What's the cause? Can I fix it? That's the first thing. As far as I know, there's no single fucking developer right now doing that fucking job. They should do that. Unfortunately, it's part of their job, or someone in the company should do that. You're a small dev company. I don't give a flying fuck. You provide the game, you provide the product, make sure it works. If it doesn't work, hey, welcome to the business world. Deal with it, for fuck's sake. If it doesn't work, do something about it. Forums, emails, 1-800 numbers, anything. Provide after-sales service. I personally know for a fact that after-sales service can literally destroy a company. If it's really bad, it's going to destroy it. It's going to make you look bad, and you need one person. Like the domino effect, like the pyramid effect, you need one person to be really mad. He's going to call everyone. He's going to call like the news, local news person, lady or man, whatever. He's going to talk to him. He's going to go on Facebook, for example, because, today we have social media. He's going to go there, bitch at it. He's going to make you look bad. You know that, well, for us here, it's Canada for one, the digital, let's say, phone book. You go there. I don't know if I guess there's in the U.S. they have one, but there must be like dozens or so. But you go there, and sometimes in those numbers you can fill in a comment. A lot of people look at those numbers, well, at those company names. If there's a comment that says that company sucks or that thing sucks, not for a game, but you get the point. After sales service will just literally destroy a company. So yeah, I'm really happy that the refund system is there. The only thing they have to do is just work it a little bit. And I do have to agree that, for example, like it says here, $30 should be rounded up for 1 hour. $60 should be rounded up to 2 hours. Yeah. It should be dynamic. It should be worked up a little bit, because I tend to agree. Like, there are some games that I paid, what, $10, $15, like Kane and Lynch, for example. I completed that game in 4 hours. Now, if I would say if I looked at the refund system on how it worked, I would have completed like the game 40%, and I would literally be able to refund the game completely. Or just enough time, and that's the thing here, and that's another thing. You can literally buy a game, copy it, get a crack on the internet, refund it, you got the game. You don't even need like Pirate Bay or any other torrent website, because the copy you got is literally virus free, or you got the feeling that you have a safe copy, for example, so you can play with this thing a lot. So yeah, Steam they should work on it. So my guess is, and that's my comment on this whole situation, indie developers, including developers of AAA studios, that includes Ubisoft, EA, Rocksteady, and any other that exist, Warner Brothers, man, there's a load, Bethesda, and all the others, they should really think about this. Puppy Games and Quibo, whatever, had the balls and the guts to talk about this. I really congratulate them on that, because it takes balls to talk about this. You can literally be destroyed for this, or just get a negative reputation for this. It's companies like Ubisoft and EA and all that crap that I would really think about. I would be I would fear those numbers with those companies, because those guys, they work with millions of copies. So if a game is bad, millions will get probably refunded, I guess. Will they release the numbers? I don't think so. It's possible. They usually don't like the negative attention, so I don't think they're going to say, hey, listen, we got a lot of refund. Boohoo, wah. No, I don't think they're going to do that. But, hey, who knows? Maybe they will, but it's a clear message to developers. Work. Just put some effort into your game. You know, there's a lot of shit going on Steam here. There's a lot of, like, look at Greenlight, for example. There's a lot of games that are not supposed to be there. Revolution 60 for one, because I personally know that this is going to be like a piece of shit. I looked at everything at the game. It's literally a complete piece of shit. There's a lot of other games out there that will be refunded because they look like shit. Maybe it's a clear message to developers to, you know, work a bit, because your game is a complete piece of shit. Could be for 80 reasons. Man, just look at the reviews on Steam sometimes, like the serious one, you know. Wow. And stop crying, for fuck's sake. Just stop crying and take it like a man. Fuck. Just, if you see that, I don't know, I'm just gonna give like a hypothetical number. Like 50% of your customer base are asking for refunds. Maybe there's something wrong with your games, so, you know, put more content, put more effort in the graphics or the mechanics, or talk to your customers. Hey, we notice this type of refund. What the fuck is going on? And you'll see like 50 pages worth of shit on your forums. Fine, deal with it, work with it. Don't turn away and cry like a little bitch here. Come on. Well, anyways, my name's Late Game Reviewer, and see you later.